6,000 because that will take us over 50,000 people turning up for round one of the first ever AFLW season.
And for the first time, Sunday afternoon footy is go in the women's competition here from Casey Fields. And the quick hurry kick comes out of the centre from the Demons. It's picked up by the Lions, but a great smother applied. And then quick to pick it up here is Hunt. She has a bounce. She's got some space and time. She's brought down. And the D's should be able to kick it clear here to half forward. It's a bouncing ball, a little bit of a foot race. Who can get there first? It's Cranston. She swoops and she misses to the near side. Danny Frawley, great to have you on board as well. You've got 3 daughters. Has it captured your attention at home this weekend?
Good afternoon, Kelly. Very exciting. The girls, we've watched it all weekend. We watched Katie here strut her stuff last night. She's excited. The girls are excited, and I'm pleasantly excited too. It's a great concept. It's fantastic.
So Virgo, the vice-captain of the Brisbane Lions. She's usually a good, solid kick. Kicks to a contest. And at a free kick, it'll go the way of the Demons. Too high over the top.
There's Elise O'Day. She impacted early with that knock on the Brisbane Lions.
O'Day kicks to the top of the goal square. The target there was Cordner. Slipped through her fingers, and then a scrimmage at ground level. Pearce on all fours. Flicks it out. And again, bodies on the line. We've seen fierce contest so far in the first 3 games, Kate, in this round.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be some sore bodies after round 1.
Really great attack by Megan Hunt. She's a player that's come through from the Auskick level all the way through youth girls, and it's really great to see her out here strutting her stuff.
Here's Taylor Harris getting involved. Those shoulders heavily strapped. Emily Bates, the top pick for the Brisbane Lions in the draft, but the D's pick it up again, and a hurried kick, a high one, backing back, just slipping through her fingers for the Lions was Lutkins. She regathers, good tackle applied by the Demons. Still they work it out of the defensive 50, but they are under pressure. Pearce, Daisy, handballs to her teammate in Mithen, was collected and it affected the kick. Still they go again, and another shot on goal by Paxman. One of the more experienced players, the 28-year-old, a priority pick.
Narrowly, sorry, Kate. Narrowly, is it a 3 or 4 goal breeze to the right of screen where the D's are kicking?
It sounds about right, Danny. The breeze is certainly building as well, and that storm looks like it's coming across, which isn't great news either. But yeah, it's a fairly strong breeze, and talking to Melbourne people who know this ground well, they do say that the breeze certainly impacts on the games.
Pearce goes the toe poke, just soccers it off the ground. The Lions defence under siege in the opening minutes here. Virgo, the clearing kick. Standing her ground was Wushner, and she gets a free kick.
Just noticed a bit of a tactic from Melbourne already, that they're just popping the football. So they're trying not to lock it in, and at all costs, they're just tapping it along. So we'll see how this progresses.
Wushner to Gibson. Gibson's kick doesn't hit a target for the D's. There is Pearce, the ruckman.
Okay, with the win, it looks like Brisbane are putting a number behind the play, which means Brisbane, are obviously trying to defend, but when they're looking up, they're probably kicking to an outnumbered situation.
Yeah, it looks that way. I think it just means that Melbourne needs to be really composed with their inside 50 entries, and they've got great skills, great foot skills, and I think once the heat of the game, just lessens off a little bit, they'll be able to work their way into that 50.
So Paxman with the run-off half back and then kicks to an open 50. Who will get back there? Going in hard was Cranston. And she has collected the Brisbane Lions player, Jamie Stanton, heavily. And Stanton looks sore.
Cranston's a really big, powerful forward, and we can see that she's had an impact on her opponent there.
Ooh.
Well,
it's lucky she went low in the end. Yeah, look, there's no doubt they'll have a look, and lucky that she went low as she did. I thought there would have been a lot of head contact, but it was she's in a little bit of trouble there, but yeah, it could have been more serious.
I feel like we've seen a lot of that this weekend, but maybe this one's a little bit more serious than the others.
Oh, they'll have a look at that for sure. Any contact to the head, obviously, in any game of football, you want to protect the head, and I think the medical staff over the weekend have been outstanding with the use of that Kate, haven't they? Yeah,
they have, definitely. And we heard a bit of word that Melbourne might be wearing a bit of a concussion test behind their ear, just in case anything happens throughout this match. But, it is, it's up to the tackler, or it's up to the person who elects to bump, and you have to be really careful.
So is that a little microchip behind the ear?
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe the AFL, the men's, have been trialling those in intra-clubs as well. Oh, there's the microchip there, Daisy Pearce. Well done.
The Demons players wearing that just behind their ears. Been a bit of a frantic, fumbly start for this match. Pearce in traffic, spinning out of trouble. Hacks the kick forward. Again, the Lions defenders. And it's the fullback for the Lions, Kasler.
And see Kasler getting the free kick there. She is an absolute jet. She's so physical and a really tough player to play on, but just diving in desperation there. So great work from Lee Kasler.
During the pre-season, Katie Brennan, they nicknamed her Xena, the Warrior Princess.
Fitting, very fitting.
So Pearce gives it off. The Demons look to build again. They've had plenty of inside 50s, haven't yet been able to break through. Another fierce contest. Virgo on the receiving end of a handball. Out the front to Hunt, who kicks to the eastern wing. And unable to take the mark back there for the Demons was Smith.
I feel like Daisy's already had an impact on the game so far. I think she's had 4 or 5 possessions.
So toss back in on the outer side. Another huge crowd in for this one. Off hands to Paxman, bursting through the centre of the ground. This is a high kick, looking for Cranston. How does it sit for her? Maybe an opportunity. She's lost a boot. She keeps going. She's in the pocket. She kicks towards goal. And on the line there is Xena, Leah Kasler, saving the day. They are under the pump, Brisbane Lions defenders.
It'd be really great to see the Lions just play possession footy from here. I think going against that wind, you just need to hold on to it and use the boundary line as your friend.
Yeah, march the ball up with a couple of short kicks. Kate, I agree.
Scott to Paxman to Hickey, who just pumps it back into the forward 50. And the Lions, again, should clear. Here's the captain, looking to set something up from centre half back. It'll fall the way of Smith. She's got a bit of speed, does well, tucks the ball under her arm and then goes back inside 50. The Demons have had their chances. Leah Kasler racking up the possessions in that fullback position.
Just to back up what you said there, Kate, I agree with the fact just possess the ball. And I think a couple of times they're trying to play on, which is great. But sometimes when you're playing on, when you're under siege, you actually put yourself under a little bit of pressure. And the decision-making then is a little bit tougher. So I agree, just to settle down and just spot up a couple of free targets would be terrific for the Lions.
So Emily Bates, a hurried kick. Sweeping handball by Gibson. Here they come again. Frederick Traub, strong hands. Good defence though. That was applied by Duray, but Ashmore takes the mark. So first real opportunity here. It's a well-weighted kick. Zilke on the end of it, couldn't quite grab it. And across the face, bravely go the D's. How does it sit for them?
Good switch.
Yeah, it's certainly a great switch. Can they make the most of it? Taken high, was it, for the Demons? And Brisbane end up with the possession. So they'll go again, look to build.
It's great to see Brisbane looking inside as well. They're really attacking that corridor, and we see Taylor Harris just getting onto a free kick there as the rain begins to pour.
So it'll come back to Harris as the light rain starts to fall here at Casey Fields.
Katie, if you knew Taylor Harris had a shoulder injury, as a defender, what would you do?
You'd make it a pretty tough day for T. Harris, but, you know, within reason.
Just give it a bit of a workover?
Yeah,
few nudges?
Make sure that...
What would you do, Danny? You're a backman.
Yeah, you'd grab her arm and just give it a nice little shake.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No, chicken wing.
No, not a chicken wing. Just shake her hand a little bit harder than you normally would.
Here she is, Taylor Harris, off a step or two. Doesn't quite get the distance. How does it bounce here for the Lions? Frederick Traub's in there. Comes out the way of Ashmore. Quick little kick, hurried kick. It falls to the top of the goal square. Under the pump is Paxman. They move it nicely. Quick hands here by the D's. Hickey's fighting in there. So too Paxman. Hickey puts her body on the line. Squirts out the side. Paxman goes again. So too does Scott O'Day. Back to Paxman. This is scrappy stuff, and the Brisbane Lions trying to press, trying to win the ball. Back to Paxman again. Kicks it clear to the wing. It's a foot race, and getting there first is Phillips.
There's my girl, Kat Phillips.
Happy to see it over, the ultimate frisbee player.
Yeah, I believe she's one of the best in the team at following the flight of the ball, and that's obviously coming from her frisbee days.
Really great result there by Melbourne, just to steady that pressure that they had in their back half, just by getting that football out.
No, it was a good effort because they've done all the attacking, Melbourne. It would have been deflating to see Brisbane kick an early goal for their first inside 50.
Danny Frawley joining us in commentary alongside Bulldogs captain Katie Brennan and Collingwood rookie Kate Sheehan for this final game of the opening weekend of the AFL women's competition. So Lutkins off hard back. Frederick Traub heard the voice, handballs backwards to Ashmore. Now, she's a clever player, the Victorian, one of 2 Victorians on the Brisbane Lions list. Can she hit up a target inside 50? She went in the Harris direction, but they might not be able to keep it in.
Wasn't a bad result in the end because they had an extra player there, Melbourne, so not a bad effort to reset here for a stoppage inside their forward 50.
So
and you can... Going off last night as well, it's, you know, the first 5 minutes are the toughest. You're starting to get into the game and you're absolutely gassed in that first 5. So any stoppage is a good stoppage at this stage.
Humphreys, the Tasmanian, kicks it to the eastern wing. Overrunning it was Newman. Going again, Humphreys. It's been a real scrap to start this. We've gone more than 10 minutes in the opening quarter and we're still yet to see an opening goal.
Kate, if you're a Melbourne player now, you're getting a little bit nervous. You're kicking with a pretty strong breeze. You want reward for effort now, don't you?
Oh, you absolutely want to capitalise on that breeze. I think once they kick down the other end, it'll be very... You saw Taylor Harris before. She couldn't kick through the breeze, so you've really got to get on top in this first quarter.
Hasler, handballs over the top. And they should be able to move it to half forward. Wushner, Tasmanian. She's one of 2 Tasmanians playing out there today. But reading at best is Downey for the Demons. Good mark. Impressive player, Meg Downey.
Finding a lot of the footy early, Phillips. I think the plan was to start her on the wing.
So Phillips, that's a thumping kick as well. Kicks it to centre half forward. Who can pick it up? Yeah, coming back, it'll be Demons free. This is Deanna Berry. She's only 18. Oh, kick smothered. Great smother by Virgo. Good hustle. And it should be held in here. Pearce applying the tackle.
One of the 101s of footy is to get back off the mark enough so you're not kicking into the person on the mark. And we've seen that a few times over the weekend. So they've really got to push back here.
Yeah, it's getting a little windier out there. Rain might have stopped, but the dark clouds are looming. And 2 minutes to play in this opening term. Fighting hard is Pearce. She's taking on 1, 2, 3, 4 lines in there. Goes again.
Kate, did you find after quarter time all the adrenaline was gone and the excitement, and then you can just focus on what you need to do, the fundamentals, and what Kate talked about, that kicking in the mark, the adrenaline levels are up, but you've just got to do the basics over and over again.
It is really a blur in that first, first quarter, like you were saying. Adrenaline is pumping, and there's so much excitement, and everyone's just kind of rushing at the football. So, come second term, you start to really get into your game, and I hope that we see the girls do that.
Well, this is pressure-packed footy. Can one of the teams score before quarter time? Giants went goalless until that last quarter yesterday in Adelaide. Frederick Traub, a long way from home, coming up just to see if she can get her hands on the footy and get involved in this game. She's one of the 2 marquee players for the Brisbane Lions. Hasler, well tackled by Smith.
These are really tough conditions for any standard of footy. It doesn't matter what grade. When you've got the blustery conditions and a little bit of water now on the ground, these conditions are really tough to... And you're probably looking at yardage, aren't you, now, in this situation?
Yeah, definitely a little bit of run and carry, but just dumping the football and trying to get some yardage, like you said.
Well, you just said how serious that wind is when it was tossed back in. None of the players could actually read it. Harris still going in hard. Harriet Cordner, 21 there for the Demons, a rookie signing. She has never played AFL before, just missed out on the victory squad, Melbourne victory this summer.
Daisy Pearce, I think.
She's a good Kerry Grammar girl.
Oh, and a great tackle, run down, Emma Humphries.
I've been impressed over the weekend in the defensive skills. The tackling has been absolutely first class from all teams.
So, seconds left on the clock. And it has been a tough opening quarter here. It might be a free kick. It's a free.
Oh, it is.
Missed it.
Oh.
So, just when I was about to say, Danny, goalless in the opening term.
This is a huge kick for the confidence levels for both teams, actually.
Gonna back her in here.
Danny, if you're out there and you know the wind's strong, what would you be doing as a forward?
Well, you never give the goals away. I played with one of the greatest players, Tony Lockett. He said, regardless of the wind, you just got to aim inside that goalpost. So she's probably aiming at the right goalpost and making sure the ball drop is extremely as still as possible.
Distance shouldn't be a problem for the 22-year-old former state representative basketballer, and misses to the near side. So that will be it for quarter time here at Casey Fields. The siren did sound and they eventually break to their huddles. It was tight, it was tough, really challenging conditions, pressure-packed footy, and it's the D's leading 3 points.